This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Did you take a gap year after high school, or maybe even a gap year after university before you started your career? Would you let your kids take a gap year? Did you take one, Pooch?
So back when I was in high school, we had OAC. Remember OAC?
Me too. I had OAC.
So there was a way to sort of fast track where, you know, you went to summer school, you did extra things so that you could graduate a year early, which is what I did, which is what I called my gap year because I had sort of a year to play with before going into university. Mm-hmm. And I loved it because I did a lot of growing up that year.
So what did you do with that year?
I actually moved to New York City.
Okay.
And I went to a school there. But
so you were going to school, so it wasn't a true gap year. You were still getting an education.
Yeah, well, it was in acting. So, I mean.
Oh, okay. All right.
My parents didn't view it that way. They're like, let me get this straight. We saved all this money to send you to acting school. It's still important in my mind, but in their mind, it took some convincing.
Okay.
The point is that was sort of my year to play with. Mm-hmm. And really, I think, I was too young to really be ready for the real world. So I appreciated that experience.
I think when you're so young, you feel like, man, at least I know maybe it's changed now, right? Like when I was at that age, you're so keen to I got to get to the next step. Everyone around me is going to college or university, or everyone around me is starting their career. If I don't, you feel like you're going to sort of fall behind. Now, looking back on it 20 years later, I'm like, a gap year would have been great because what's the rush to once you start your career, once you enter the workforce, you're in it for 30, 40 years.
True.
I actually had a gap year planned after university before I was going to enter the workforce with one of my housemates from McMaster. We were going to backpack across Europe.
Oh.
That was the plan in 2006 to do that in that summer. And then I had the internships I had applied for came through, and interning at TSN, at the Hockey News, at The Score.
How do you say no to that?
And they said, we want you to start in April. And I was like, okay. Backpacking across Europe's canceled because who's going to say no to that? There's no guarantee that opportunity would be there a year later. So I never took one.
Any regrets? Or did things work out for you?
I mean, honestly, I'm really happy. I started working in 2006 and haven't really stopped since. But the older I get, the more I'm like, slow down, stop and smell the roses. Now I wish I had taken it.
Yeah. And look, we're also coming from the perspective of having a different experience in high school. Now the kids are younger and younger. So we spoke to Michelle Dittmer from CanGap about why gap years are becoming so popular.
The reality is university and college tuition is increasing, and you're being asked to specify so early. So what 18-year-old knows where they want to go, what they want to do, and how many of them have $9,000 to pay for it? Not a ton. So a gap year makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and this one might be striking a sweet spot or striking a chord with you if you've got a kid who's around that age and they're starting to maybe ask questions. They're not sure. You're not sure. Well, we also asked, Michelle, how do you know if a gap year is right for your kid?
You want to listen to your young person and you want to look for signs. Sometimes they'll say it outright, and sometimes it's things that you as a parent notice. So we're looking for things like burnout or not feeling ready for the next step, perhaps a little bit of immaturity or feeling ill-prepared or indecisive about what they want to do for their future.
I think the fear for a lot of parents is like, okay, we give them a gap year, and then what if they never decide to go back to school or any of those things?
What if a gap year turns into a gap decade or a gap life?
Yes. And, with affordability and being able to really afford anything, including buying a home, they're probably going to be at home a lot longer, too.
Next thing you know, you're having a baby gap. Wait, sorry, I've lost the plot here.
From CHFI Studios,
it's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Can you believe how small condos are getting? This one shocked even me. And I've gotten used to living in not much space for the last 15 years.
Yeah, I think that, when you look at condo prices, a lot of people may not be so shocked that they're getting so expensive. Mm-hmm. But I think the part that's most shocking is how much you're getting for that price. And this listing is outrageous.
Yeah, so there's a new fancy Toronto condo that's coming up in the downtown core. The price list came out a couple of weeks ago, or last week rather. The smallest unit starts at 276 square feet.
What?
276 square feet.
That's small.
That's small. The unit I lived in for the last several years was about 700 square feet, and that felt kind of okay. I'm thinking like 1/3 roughly.
276 square feet is going for
$600,000, and that does not include a parking or a locker. What does that work out to? You're paying more than $2,000 a square foot.
So what do you even do in this space? Is it like you're cooking and like you have a date over and you're cooking and you turn around and you're like, no, this is where the magic happens. Oh, you need a restroom and you literally walk 2 steps?
You want to take this over to the bedroom? You're in it. Like, obviously, it's going to be a Murphy bed situation, but is it also like a Murphy kitchen where your kitchen table pops down? Like a Murphy bath, Murphy toilet, Murphy everything? Like you walk into an empty room and everything just Murphys?
It could be. I mean, it would be a great idea if somebody wants to get into doing that for 276 square feet. What's your step count like in a 276 square foot condo?
Well, yeah, like what would it be today if it's rainy and you don't want to get outside? Let me check my step count. 4. My step count is 4 today.
It's 4. Like you're kind of in like a hamster wheel. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I know we all adjust to our surroundings and everything becomes normal after a while. Like if you live in a big house, I'm betting you fill that house up with stuff. Just because we do. And if you live in a small place, you pare down and you make it work. But 276
Don't get me wrong.
Crazy.
I can make 276 work and I could also make it look good. The problem I'm having is for 276 square feet, $600,000. That's what I'm having trouble with.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash, especially not if you're going to get a parking and locker. I believe, I didn't check the list, but those are generally like downtown. I think you're looking at anywhere from $85,000 to $100,000 for a parking and about another $80,000 or so for a locker. So you're basically adding on another $200K. So call it $800K with parking and locker.
Can you have a Murphy bike in your condo as well? Because you got to get around.
You'd have to get one of those bikes you put together. It's basically like we are becoming New York. This is like a Manhattan micro studio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should we do it? Should we like go spend a night there?
You try it out first and let me know how it goes.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
Starting to get that feeling in the pit of my stomach. The nerves, the anxiety, they're all creeping in because, Pooj, we are the start of the NHL playoffs for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leafs Bruins Saturday night, 8 p.m., Hockey Night in Canada. You're going to be watching, right?
So here's the thing. I have no choice. My husband's a diehard Leafs fan, just like you. And so just by proxy, I'm forced
By proxy.
to watch.
What a lame way to describe watching hockey.
It's always on is the point. So I guess I'm going to be watching. Am I invested? No, I can't dedicate that kind of emotion.
What would you rather be watching?
Reality TV. Saturday actually is my night to catch up on all things reality. Love is Blind. Also Married at First Sight. I'm watching Love in Translation right now. I could go on and on.
No, please don't. Don't you know that sports is the ultimate reality TV because it's actually real?
No.
Yes.
How?
It is reality TV. There's no script. Okay, you know what? Let me try and get you into it.
I need drama. I need backstabbing. I need there to be a happy ending. I need there to be love. Love needs to be in there somewhere.
Okay, well, if I can't sell you on it, maybe this will.
This spring, get ready for the most heart-pounding, crib-rattling drama of the year. Forget roses, forget divorce golden bachelors, forget everything you thought you knew about reality TV. Because this time, the game is on ice. There's no script, and the lovey is extra dovey. From the people who brought you Dirty Dangle and The Pucks in Deep comes the ultimate competition where every shot, every pass, every lame hockey cliche,
We just got to take it one shift at a time and play a full 60 minutes while giving 110%.
could change the game forever. Meet our eligible bachelors, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Morgan Riley, and 2 local icons, Mitch Marner and John Tavares. They've trained their entire lives for this moment, and now they're laying their hearts on the line to bring true love to a city that hasn't gotten lucky in 57 years. Dropping down to one knee and screaming, "Yes! We've got that." A ring to capture forever this moment. We've got that too. With heart-stopping overtime thrillers, soul-crushing upsets, get ready to sleep less and anxiety more. The kids need a nap, you need a pee, not now. You save that for intermission. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. The playoffs start Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
I am in. Yes. Eligible bachelors. There's a ring. There's no time to pee. This is amazing.
It's all your favorite things. Now we're ready for the playoffs.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This is bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-N.
Thank you, Gwen Stefani. Yes, it is Banana Day. Love a banana. Put one in my protein shake every morning. Love a banana bread. Shout out Linda, who dropped us a bunch of banana breads this week. You like your bananas how?
Green.
Why green?
Very green. I like it so that when you actually crack it open, you hear a crack, and it's even hard to get the peel off of the banana. Like, that's how stiff it is because it's not quite ripe.
You're a bit of a sick puppy, aren't you?
It's so good. Oh, my God. I'm just, my mouth is watering thinking about it. It's like it's not quite sweet yet, so it's perfect.
Just from the same person who doesn't put her white wine in the fridge. I don't know, man. You lost your credibility in the last segment. We're not eating our bananas green.
How do you like your bananas?
Yellow.
No.
Like normal.
I can't be alone.
If they're green, they shouldn't be eaten. And if they're brown, they're too mushy. And then you're supposed to put them in the freezer and use them for baking.
Oh, well, look at you looking for perfection.
And that's not even that you're doing it wrong. That's just how everybody does it.
No. I'm sure there's some other people.
Wait, how did we not do a you're doing it wrong? You're doing it wrong. Eating green bananas, man. You're doing it wrong.
Somebody text us.
Guess what? I checked TikTok and they said you're supposed to eat your bananas yellow.
Oh, well, if TikTok said it, then I believe you.
I put it in language she can understand.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Shout out to all the hockey moms. We're on the cusp of the NHL playoffs, and it's just a reminder that, you know, the NHL players are the ones who get the glory. They're the names we all know, but you don't see the hockey parents underneath the service that help them get there. We just heard from Kelly McDavid, mom of the greatest player on the planet, Connor McDavid, but what she's proud about, and we're wondering, hockey moms, what is your proudest moment?
All right, let's go to Sari in Mississauga. What is that proudest moment for you?
Well, my son is actually an assistant GM to one of the NHL teams.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no way. May I ask who your son is?
Darren York. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, terrific. Wow. And assistant GMing a very good team there in Raleigh.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of him. And before every game, I wish him good luck, even though he's not actually on the ice.
Aww.
Oh, I love that so much. I'm sure he loves getting that call from you before every game, too. And I guess your good luck is working because Carolina is one of the best teams in the league.
It's a great group of people and can't say enough about Rod Brindamore.
Yes, terrific coach. I agree.
Sari, you must be so proud. Thank you so much for calling us. We love that you took the time.
You're welcome. Take care. Have a good day.
And good luck this spring, just as long as it's not against the Leafs.
Yeah, go Canes, go.
Thanks, Sari.
Take care.
It's the early mornings. I mean, we do early mornings, but man, early mornings to load up the car with a stinky hockey bag.
Smelly car.
And like when you're playing, because I played house league for a couple of years only, like when you're playing or you're practicing, you're warm out there because you're moving. The parent sitting there, legs crossed, clutching a terrible coffee, they're not so warm. They can see their own breath inside that arena.
You know, they're warm from all the love they feel in the room. It's such a community. The warmth from their children doing what they're doing on the ice, that brings them that heartwarming feeling.
All
How
right,
about that?
Let's go with that. Sure. Miranda in Woodbridge, what is your proudest moment as a hockey mom?
Absolutely. My son plays in house league, and he got a hat trick in his last game. And after each goal, he pointed up into the stands and then blew me a kiss. And I just thought it was the sweetest thing ever.
Miranda, you could probably go on and on and on about your proudest moments because there's probably just so many. But thank you for sharing that one. I got goosebumps on that one.
Me too. That was awesome. Thanks, Miranda.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Love it. Little hat trick in house league, blowing a kiss. I never scored a hat trick in house league. I think I had a 2-goal game once, but one was on an empty net.
Your mom just makes you a good meal and you blow her a kiss.
It's true.
She's happy.
I peaked at 12 on the Etobicoke Bulldogs. Shout out Pine Point Arena. Steph, can we do one more here? Okay, let's go. Cheryl in Hamilton. What was your proudest moment as a hockey mom?
Well, my proudest moment is my son made his NHL debut with the New York Rangers on March the 26th of this year, and I was there to witness it.
Oh, my gosh.
Whoa. What's your son's name?
It's Brandon Scanlon.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, my God, that's so cool. Also, your son just happens to be part of the President's Trophy winning New York Rangers, the #1 team in the National Hockey League.
Yes, he is.
Oh, my goodness. Cheryl, so I guess all those sacrifices that you made being a hockey mom, all worth it, huh?
Absolutely. Every minute that we spent at the rink, I have 2 boys that played hockey, and right from the age of 5, and we were there for early mornings, late nights, lots of travel, but made great memories.
Cheryl, when you think back to the early days, like the early mornings and all that, what's the most visceral memory that sticks out in your mind? Is it like the smell of the bags or the cold arenas? Like, what do you remember?
Actually, the one thing I could say is that the kids never had a problem to get up for a 6 o'clock in the morning practice, but to get up in the morning for school was another challenge.
It's all about motivation. Hockey's all right. School, eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheryl, good luck this spring. Wish Brandon all the success, as long as it's not against our Leafs.
Thank you very much, guys. I listen to you every single morning. I listen to you every day, and I love it.
Oh, thanks, Cheryl.
We love you. Good luck. Thank you.
Congrats.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.